Welcome back, Clarifiers. I'm Alexi. Memorable mentoring. That's this channel's topic. In today's video, I want to talk about focusing on me versus me. What do I mean by that? As a mentor, you got to understand a very key aspect of the dynamic of helping somebody else learn a lesson. If you're running on fumes like a car, if you're running on empty, there's going to be a huge difficulty in passing on a memorable lesson to somebody. And that's what I mean when I say there's two different ways of when you hear things are actually about you. You have to learn and understand when you are running on empty and on fumes, and when you are running on fumes and running empty, how to fill yourself back up. You can't fill somebody else up if you're empty. For example, this cup of coffee, I just filled it up. And guess what? It can fill me up too. Why? Because it's full, I'm getting full. And just like this cup of coffee, when you give too much and you try to give too many people too much, or one individual way too much without focusing on yourself, like this cup, you're going to run empty at some point and have nothing left to give. And by nothing left to give, I don't mean nothing left to say to somebody, because you'll always have something to say. You'll always have something to tell somebody, some kind of life lesson. But the way it's going to come across, if you're not full, your words are going to be empty. And that's the big difference between being just a teller, somebody who says, you should do this, or you have to do this, and this, and then just leave, and the person's going to be like, yeah, okay, I'm going to be, or out the ear really quickly. Or if you're somebody who is full, and by full I mean you feeling like you're taken care of. If you're frustrated, or you're pissed off at somebody, or somebody made you angry, or you just got cut off and you're talking with somebody with that anger and frustration, it's going to come across really easy. Because as mentors, our biggest goal is not to tell people information in this kind of sense. And like in this video right now, you're feeling like, what the heck is wrong with him? Why is he pointing at the video? Like, this is how we come across when we tell somebody, do this, do that, do that. And usually that happens when we're running on fumes. And running on fumes can mean you're not getting enough sleep. You're something in your life is like just not going right, and that's going to reflect in your conversations on the other person. And that's the great thing about being a mentor. The more you mentor, the more you realize that you have to learn how to start filling yourself up as much as you're filling other people up. And I've met many people in my life who are always just givers, and then eventually the impact of that giving is going to go down, and down. And our biggest goal is not to give for the sake of giving as mentors, but to give for the sake of impact, lifelong impact. My friend, just like that cup says, be awesome today. Learn where your limits are. When you start feeling empty, make sure to be getting enough sleep, eating the best that you possibly could with the kind of budget that you have. You know, we all have all sorts of budgets. Focus on yourself. Start focusing on learning different life lessons that you could share under different kinds of conditions. And as you start filling yourself up, you're going to be a lot more prepared when the opportunity comes to actually share a life lesson in an unforgettable way. Don't be a selfish schmuck and think that life is all about you and you're there just telling people what to do. It's more of a, hey, come see my life. Life is caught, not taught. That is a quote a true mentor lives and dies by. That's one of the greatest quotes of life. Know thyself. Know what fills you up, know what drains you. Make sure you focus on yourself so that you can actually give back with impact instead of just words spitting out your mouth. In tomorrow's video, I'm going to be talking about how do you pass on knowledge that is unforgettable. How do you pass on information? How do you mentor somebody in a way that they are going to remember that lesson for a long time and hopefully for a lifetime. If you haven't poked that like button yet, make sure you do. Share this video with somebody that you know who might find it helpful, who's learning to become a mentor. Subscribe and click that notification bell. And on that note, live, love, and hug everyone you love as long as you live. Peace.